Hello and welcome back to Busting Free with Fee. I'm Fee, of course, so I know you all know that. And today we're doing another truth bomb because I love these so much. And this truth bomb is you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. What do I actually mean by this? It's a really, really strange thing to think. A lot of the time, what happens is we put pressure on ourselves to be something that we aren't. So, for example, a lot of us go to jobs that we aren't necessarily 100% happy in. I do that. And at that particular time, we put ourselves in a position of where we are putting ourselves a bit under pressure in something that we're not 100% enjoying doing because we just know we have to. There's just, we need the income, whatever it is, you need to be there at that particular moment, and that's okay. But what I'm talking about is probably on a deeper level, is you are exactly where you're meant to be right now, is when you're feeling this external pressure mount on yourself and you're starting to doubt yourself, about I'm letting people down, or I can't do something, or I'm not there for people, or all of this sort of thing that happens. And we all go through it. But what I want you to stop and recognize for a moment is that you are exactly where you're meant to be right at this particular moment in time. So part of how we can acknowledge this is by not comparing ourselves to others. And social media has a lot to do with that. So I think I've said before in some of these that on average, I think there's around about 4 billion people that have access to the internet, and around about 3.5 billion of those do it through their phone. And when you think of there's 7 billion people in the world, that's a lot of people on social media. And as we are all told all the time, social media is not necessarily always true, especially I find on Instagram. There's a lot of beauty in Instagram for women. There's a lot of, this is how your house should be styled. This is how your children should look. This is the glorious holidays that I go on. And people start comparing themselves to those people. And those people don't necessarily put on the day that they're having a bad hair day, or the day that their child is lying down in the lounge room at the age of 2 and having a tantrum. And what I want you to recognize is that you need to stop comparing, and you need to stop putting yourself under pressure when you're looking at images on social media. Because as much as I love social media, because I'm talking to you right now, but as you can see, my hair is not perfect. I've got a t-shirt on. What you see is what you get with me, and I'm quite realistic about it. And that's the type of person I get attracted to, because I can see that they're sitting there, they're being real, and they're being in the moment of where they are right at that particular time. And this is uncomfortable for some people, because you might be in a relationship at the moment that isn't going so well. But guess what? You're meant to be there right at that particular moment, because in the hardship of it, there'll be something that you're learning from it. And I was in a relationship when I lived in the UK for 7 years with someone. And in the last couple of years, and I didn't know this, but he was cheating on me and I had no idea. And there were a couple of sort of my best friends that actually saw him out at a restaurant with someone else, and they never told me. And he never told me. But I was meant to be there right at that particular time and learning from that relationship, because that was, now that I look back on it, that was the moment, the catalyst moment, that when I broke up with him, the relief that I felt from what I'd learnt and what I'd heard, and when he tried to come back and get me back and I said, no, you were cheating on me, there was a lot of power then in that. And, I ended up coming back to Australia and marrying a fabulous guy. So what I'm saying is, believe that where you are right now, even though sometimes it feels incredibly uncomfortable, you are actually meant to be there. And you will learn from that moment as well. Whether it's a happy place or whether it's a sad place, you will actually learn from that moment. And of course, we want to always be in happiness. But stop looking at social media so much, because I think that causes a lot of people, I don't know, just a lot of damage. I see friends who want to have the right clothes and want to be the perfect person that they are, or the perfect person like that lady on social media. But you know what? There's no such thing as perfect, because everyone is imperfect. And that's actually what makes us so perfect, because there's no one quite the same as you or as I or as anyone else. And that's a beautiful thing. So, getting back to, you're exactly where you are meant to be right now. I know that you're sitting here watching this, but guess the reason? There's a reason why you've been drawn to watch this. And I'm hoping that the reason is that I've said a couple of things in here that might resonate with you, and you might go, thank you. Yes, I am right where I'm meant to be right at this particular moment in my life, or in my job, or in my relationship, or I'm going to actually stop looking at social media for a couple of days and relax and read a book and put myself in a place of comfort where I start to feel really good about myself again. So there you go. Truth bomb number 2. It's a hard one, and it's a strange one to analyze, I guess. But really think about it. Think about what you're doing right at this moment. Think about where your life is right at this moment, and see if you can take any learnings from what you're actually doing. And of course, if you want to reach out to me and talk to me more about this, I'm here. I love it. You know, I love all this sort of stuff. And I've got so much to share. So like, subscribe, and send it to a friend if you think this will help them. Okay. Thanks so much for watching Busting Free with Fee, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.